Okay, so we're out here today. We're going to be wiring up the lights for the cabin. So all I've got here is I've got a pair of cables off of an old jumper box that I had that went bad. Won't hold a charge at all. Cut them off and I attached them to some house wire. So those I can hook up to this Deep Cycle marine battery. And then I'm going to wire it up here to a fuse box. And I'll show you that as I get going here. Okay, so I have my positive and my negative connections coming up into my house wire and then up into this really cheap fuse box I got from China. So it's just running 15 amp car fuses. And what I did is each one has a power coming up to, it's hard to see with the light, let me shut one off. You see a little better now. This is a USB charger, and it tells you how much ampage you have left in your battery. So it runs a negative and a positive into each one of these, and I loop the negative to all of them. And then off the back I run a negative and a positive, so that way each switch and the voltage reader and the USB chargers are on a different fuse. And then you're able to shut everything off and on from the wall there. And it's really simple. The back of this thing is a nightmare. They come with, I believe, 7 connections in the back, and that's because there's little LED lights in here, and they want LED lights here, 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 and here to stay running all the time. So there's a power loop. So I figured out what went where, took all them off, cut the loop because they want the power looped also from this voltage reader right through all the switches. Well, if you do that, it makes it tough to put a fuse in for each switch. So by cutting them off, taking them off, separating them, and putting power to each switch individually, and I just ran a loop with the ground, with the negative, I'm able to have individual fuses on each of my light switches and my voltage reader and USB chargers. And then real simple, I just brought it up. This one actually goes upstairs. I forgot to drill through before I put it up there, so I actually have to take that one back off, which is a pain, and feed it through the studs again. But I just drilled through our rafters, and then these are RV lights, which also have switches right on them. So when I come into the cabin, I can turn the upstairs power on or off, and downstairs power on by the switch here, or turn it on upstairs and shut this off down here, and when I get upstairs I can shut them off individually from the switches up top. I don't have to come back downstairs. This is kind of like my main control panel though. And I did leave enough wire, obviously going upstairs. There's another loop of this up there where I can wire in another wall switch if I want for upstairs, and I might do that just because I like having the USB chargers up there too. So that's the real simple show of the wiring at the cabin. But as you can see, the lights now in here, it's wicked bright, and I have an additional light I bought that if I close off this corner and turn that into a bathroom, I'm going to put that over there. And this little fuse panel has 3 more spots in it, so I can just run a wire, come right through the wall, right through the studs here, and put that little bathroom right in the corner there. here's my exterior handle, made out of birch. Has a really wicked bend to it, so that worked out well. That'll be nice for opening and closing. And then, now with our lights working, you have an exterior handle. This one I'll probably change out when I find something better. It's made out of pine, but right now it gives enough of a gap for a good pull on the door, so that'll work. I'd like to match it up, birch to birch, and have them meet on the same side, and that way you don't see the screws on the opposite side. You only have one exposed screw when you're done, but for now that'll work, and that's a pretty nice solid handle.